Hi, I'm Jeff Gould, America's Storyteller. Enemy for the week on a Wednesday, status quo. Latin phrase, when in doubt, try Latin. It makes you sound smarter. In other words, let's just keep everything is the same. We've always done it this way. That's dangerous ground. It's dangerous ground because you can't. The future keeps rolling on. And we see this in the war to end all wars, right? Well, it was obviously we're going to be done. It's the Great War. Obviously, that didn't happen. We had more wars after that. And then the certainty after the war to end all wars was this concept of a strong navy with a battleship, because battleships, battle wagons, they were the ones who really carried the weight in World War One because they were portable artillery that could just wreak havoc on cities. And a guy by the name of Billy Mitchell said that's not going to work if we ever fight again because airplanes will take them out. And they said, you are absolutely crazy. Well, he's a cocky guy. He's an officer in the Navy. He says, let's try something called Project B. And he got these flimsy airplanes, and they got a big, huge surrounding naval officers, the whole Pentagon, the whole thing. And these flimsy little airplanes knocked out and sank battleships. And they got so mad at him that they court-martialed him. He fought back, and they finally they said, enough of you. We are tired of you telling us how the future is going to be. And so they mothballed the whole thing. It would have been a disaster, except the guy who was the assistant secretary to the Navy, a guy of not a lot of power or influence at the time, was watching. He was impressed. His name was Franklin Delano Roosevelt. So that when World War II broke out and he brought everybody into the office, and my numbers might be off a little bit, but it was something like this. He said, listen, we're going to need some airplanes. We're going to need like a 2,500. And they said, what? And they only had like a total of, like 800. We're going to need 2,400. And he said, a month. And he said, what do you... And so immediately they got into what war needed to be at that time, because he was a guy who maybe at the time had no power, but did absolutely understand the death knell of status quo. Keep it the same. Look at your life and examine it. Compare it to what you see is going on and ask yourself, can I afford to keep things the same? I'm Jeff Gould, and I like that story.